Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 14. I don't remember everything we did. I think we just did one. I should remember it was last night. But yeah, we're hunting. So this time we're probably going to do the hunting log as we cross things. We might just go finish this page really quick. We'll see what we're doing. But first, let's see. We need to go to the Zephyr Units. So let's do that. Oh, that's middle of the notes yet, so we might as well just do all our hunting on while we're here. Ooh. Fate. Let's get that. The lands in. It's very appreciate it. Wait. There's a particular here. Oh, that's good. Let's not jump on it. Fall damage could be bad, to say the least. Because God's forbid you might after you fall off a cliff, take massive damage. Well, we did say we were going to do that. So I guess we're going to expect the crates. Am I taking the crates now? Did you just fall, or were you just laying there? That face is what I'm wondering too. I am not a threat. Pray ignore my presence for the present, and allow me to a moment to cogitate. Everyone here talks. The reaction to my sudden appearance was within expected parameters, but I must admit I did not expect so proficient our performance against the enemy's settings. Yet, effective though your tactics were, I spied much room for improvement. I watched you back, the wheels of my mind rolled into motion as they are wont to do, inventing other possible strategies you might have employed. Let's see. Taking into account your current level of ability, factoring in the entire constant, multiplying by the number of opponents, applying your tactics to other potential combat scenarios. Oh dear, my calculations indicate failure upon encountering threat level 9,785. What? What? Who are you and what are you talking about? Well, we'll have to see what we can do about that. Though the opportune window to do so has passed, I would nevertheless introduce myself. I am Clea? I'm gonna go with Clea. A Mealvan's lady, Assessa. Acting Guildmaster Thubergen elected me to oversee your training and provide any necessary guidance and instruction in the field of Arcana. From what I have observed thus far, you have an admirable grasp of the fundamentals. I do, however, wish to confirm one small detail. Regarding your choice of arcane geometries, what factor most influences your action during that? I simply do what feels right. Aha! Just as predicted. Now I have the final element needed to perform another calculation. The probability of you becoming an arcanist of note is 90%, give or take half a percent. Yes, the certainty is quite high. After all, I only know of one other practitioner who responded to my question in the same manner. It was the man who bestowed upon me this grimoire, the guildmaster himself. While our inscrutable leader is, as I'm sure you heard, on an indefinite leave of absence, he did leave us with his most notorious saying to date. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation and change the desired reality. No matter how gifted you and I might be, however, the instantaneous manipulation of reality that might cause us to suddenly become mighty archonists is beyond our present abilities. Discipline and experience is the finest strategy in this case. I suggest you continue to focus on refining your aptitude with Karma. Mastery with an arcane entity will greatly improve your success as a wielder of arcane. Here ends your lesson for today. Pray return directly to the guild. I believe Mistress Thubershim is awaiting some expected turn. And what of myself? I'm off to the field, of course. The tactics I reasoned out earlier must be attempted in real-life scenarios. Theory is all well and good, but there is no substitute for actual combat. We will meet again soon. She's weird. I like her. So that, I don't think turning back the wave was necessary, but okay. Alright, so while we're here, we might as well take a look at the log. We already got the lambs from the thing. So, Puck hatched them. And so I know where the bogies are. Puck hatchlings, I'm not 100% sure. I think I know where the pirates are. Okay. So we're gonna go turn in the main scenario quest. Sorry about my dog, I'm sure you can hear her. The mic seems to be a little more sensitive. Sprint. Oh, I did do one thing off camera last night after I stopped recording. I went to the mail loop and picked up a bunch of stuff. For the people who pay attention. Oh, hey look, the black hatch. For those who pay attention, top right over the screen did have a mail icon. So, next to it, so I had a lot of stuff to pick up as well. A couple things I had to pick up. So, this helmet that increases my experience gained when below level 10, I picked that up. I picked up this earring that increases my experience by 30% when level 70 and below. And that's about all. Everything else was actually I could do because I'm my favorite game. So that's one of the fun things about this game. There are minions and mounts to collect, which is always really fun for me. I have this whole thing about collecting. I love that. So now we go down here to the main guy, and we summon this guy, who I have affectionately named Porkchop. I know he's not a pig. I know what pig he is. But he looks like a pig. And that is all I have to say. Okay, so we found the Puck hatchlings. Technically, we're a little closer to the bogies, so we're going to do those and then swing around to turn in this quest. Make a sprint. You gotta remember to sprint. I don't do that in my solo play. I just don't sprint. I just walk around. But there's no point to making traversal longer if you don't have, you know? Get out of here, I think that it would be smaller, but I still think it. Get over here. So, you may notice that I'm not using my my carbuncles attack, and I'm just using my basic attack. I typically save the special attacks for like really big targets. There's not really any particular reason for it other than I don't feel like having to wait to reuse the ability. So like I typically will wait for cooldowns to be up or fighting a big target to get things to use the better attacks. At least with this class, I don't know if other magic casting classes have that same problem. Because like I said, I don't use them very often. I'm not as familiar with them. I've only had a decent amount of experience with the Arcanist / Summoner. So, unfortunately, there are some things we're going to have to learn together. Or, on the other end of that, maybe you guys know. And you can tell me, because I don't know everything. And I'm down to learn. The Stalwart? Stalewart? I don't know how to pronounce it. Weird names, weird language. Ah, you must be the adventurer Baderon promised to send. Oh, Legion True Hero, was it? Wasn't it? You honored his word, so that's a good start. I'm Stalwart, the old bastard as Baderon likely described me, and this here is my humble orchard. A good number of the lads and lasses working here once terrorized the high seas. And if you're wondering why I employ these scrubbers, well, they used to crew my pirate ship. But the Calamity did it for our ship, like it did so many others, and I was sore wounded into the bargain. I had to feed myself, and my crew sub-admiral Admiral Merlewood's initiative to get us landlocked buccaneers working in the fields seemed too fine an offer to refuse. Well, it turns out you can take the pirate away from the sea, but you can't take the sea away from the pirate. A lot of my folks just never took to the soil, you see. And unfortunately, the botanists I called in to train them have been wringing their hands in black despair. With so much work piling up, I need a tougher soul like you to step in and help when it's needed. Was it before all classes? It's not any better than what I had, so we're just gonna take the bronze. Well, that was disappointing. Ooh, I can get a Grimoire. I wonder if that's... Because I think I get Grimoire, if I remember correctly. Oops. God dang it, I do that too much. I know a solid set of gear lines. Come back when you think you're much. Equip your head, body, hands, legs, and feet with gear of item level 5 or greater. Okay. So, what is my current gear level? 1. So everything is level. That is fine. We'll come back. Wait. As long as you're this well covered, I won't feel any guilt threatened to the sharks. But it just said, okay, whatever. Erstwhile buccaneers are an ornery. They rage in love for the sea and care little for the laws of the land. But they respect straight. By the looks of you, I'd say you'll have little trouble getting their attention. to take the grand one. Ah, true hero. You've not been idle since last weekend. I hope I've read you aright, for I have a task that requires the attention of a capable adventurer. Might that adventurer be you? What are we getting at this? Eye drops, instantly cures most instances of blindness, and either a potion or a Alright. Good to hear. Then I shall lay before you the sorry tale. You will have heard rumors of the abduction. Citizens have been disappearing from every corner of Limsa as if plucked from the face of Heidelin, boots and all, by an unseen hand. And what's this got to do with some of our farms, you might ask? Well, that remains to be seen, but it seems a collection of right unsavory fellows with azure tattooed faces have been creeping up to the edges of the field and spying on my Yowman? Now, I doubt anyone would enjoy being scrutinized by such savages at the best of times, but the farmhands are convinced that the kidnappers of Rome have come for their hides. Needless to say, they're beside themselves with worry, and their work suffering for it. Which is the very last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their new jobs. 'Tis a struggle to get them to leave the farmhouse of a morning. That is, as they say, where you come in. Would you be willing to investigate these tattooed thugs? Sure. Good lad. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner this place will start to resemble a working farm. I suggest you begin by having a look at Seasong Grotto. If reports of GB believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied the place. Be careful, though, true hero. I couldn't say for sure what manner of miscreants we're dealing with. If they are the kidnappers, well, just be on your guard, alright? Sure. Oh, that's another thing. If, like, the dialogue for the quest giving is not interesting to you guys, or if enough of you tell me that you just want me to skip some of the dialogue, I won't skip cutscenes. Well, like major cutscenes, but I will skip, you know, like some regular quests have cutscenes and whatnot. Like, I think the ones that I'm not willing to skip are main story cutscenes that actually move the plot along, and class quest cutscenes. I think other than that, everything else is fair game, if that's, you know, something that you guys feel is necessary, or just overall would increase the enjoyment of the series. What are you doing? Where down? How do I go down? Like, down here? Yeah, it must be. Okay, well. I didn't know this was called a Seasong Grotto. I didn't pay attention to that. Stone Monument. Alright. Thank God the bogies aren't aggressive. You are about to enter instance battle. Instance battles only occur during certain quest stations. Take a moment to read the information displayed in the active item. I don't care. We'll get there.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide. I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die.
Alright.
Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone.
Okay.
Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea.
Okay, that's
fair.
fair.
You are the adventurer I've seen around
nice.
Summerford Farms. I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark.
Yeah? Yeah?
Or perhaps not.
What? Ooh,
As I suspected, the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence. Nor is it a coincidence that the two of us should come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked. But who stands to benefit from the keeping of this secret? Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant.
They could have attacked us. No problem. Hold on, I have an alarm going off. Alright, that's luckily auto battle. That was enough. I didn't see it. That really messed up the flow. That's right, you take a nap.
Phew!
Hmm? What is this? Okay, right. Some operator action. Again, with the flashbang.
Hear,
Oh,
feel,
it's you.
think.
That looks problematic. To say the least.
Crystal bearer.
I only just got it. I think it's a little presumptuous. I don't know, I guess technically I am wearing the crystal.
I am Heidelin,
Item.
all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate.
Okay.
The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
This is interesting. I don't really know what to make of this.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
Okay. Shine thy light on all creation. I intend to.
Awake again, are we? Aha! The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought.
Okay.
See this blade? I found it in the Goobue's back.
Rude.
I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope.
Okay.
It would appear our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion, piratical being the most probable. In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction. I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether?
Surfeit. Interesting. Never heard that word before.
I beg your pardon. A towering crystal. I'm sure I don't... Oh! Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations.
I almost feel like your voice did not match your face.
I must continue my investigation.
Okay.
In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the pirate's probable involvement in this murky business.
Sure.
The days ahead promise little rest, I fear. May our paths cross again, under the light of the crystal.
Sure. No. I don't know what's going on. Gotta remember to sprint. So we're gonna turn in this quest, and we're gonna go back to the Artemis Guild to get whatever we can from that. And I think that'll be a good place to stop. I wish I had a mount that I could use, but I do not. Which annoys me. A bee cloud? Never did find the pirates, so we didn't get to finish that mission. That's unfortunate. Luckily, I should be able to teleport. True hero, right glad I am to see you safely return. My lads were all gathered about here when the sound of all 7 Hellbringers near the grotto, and I feared I'd sent you to your death. If you were in the middle of that commotion, I hope that you will be of interest and hopefully you risked your life for nothing. Here, have this blunt sailor's piece. Blade pulled from the back of the creature you slew at the cave, eh? I'd agree this is such an act would be part of any seafaring man's kit. I'm starting to think that these ruffians are pirates, come to lure my farmhands back to a life of plunder. Chances are they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep and set a maddened Goobue on you. The pirates have been adding to their numbers of fleet. I'd best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to be on guard against their schemes. You met someone else at the grotto? A woman with a strange contraption? Ishtola. She's been in Limsa for a good while now. Her studies of the Aether often bring her out in the summer. So her presence at the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass, like Grangie, but she's not the kind to associate with kidnappers. You may take my word for that. Where trust should be lacking is in those yeomen of mine who have yet to wholly relinquish their pirate past. The temptation to return to the free and easy life of a buccaneer may prove too strong to resist. You have my thanks, true hero. If it weren't for the efforts of stalwart adventurers like yourself, this farm would be in a far worse state than it is. Just you keep on lending your talent to those in need, eh? I'll bring Limsa to the brighter future she deserves. Sure. I think I need potions more than there's right now. Maybe later game. I don't really know. Yeah. Dang, keep getting on the tree. Alright, we're going to take this. We got I think I need to swap those and maybe put that like that. Yeah. Alright. Now, my real question begins. Can I use this? I've never actually tried. Nope. Okay. So we're just going to return to the lower decks. So something I didn't talk about before. The return spell can only be used once every 15 minutes. It's a free teleport back home, wherever you set your home to be. So, I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna try this into Thuberging. I cannot pronounce that. Here, take this. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Relatively clear of blood and other gore. That can be something of a problem in our profession, I understand. I also had word from Clea regarding your performance. She seemed eager to continue your training. An odd lass, I'll admit, but the guild can boast no finer mind for tactics. You would do well to heed the instructions she offers, particularly that which touches on the diligent approach to our art. Did you perhaps notice the battered tome Clea carries? That initiates a grimoire has served her from the day she entered the guild. She has her reasons, but it's admittedly strange to see it kept all the way to her present position as Force Seer. I fear such an intense focus on Arcanima has led her to overlook other important aspects of life. As our master strategist guides your art training, I hope that you might return favor to help broaden her own perspectives. But enough of such matters for the moment. You have done well this day, Peter. Continue your practice with Carbuncle as Clea has bid. I will be here when the time comes for your lessons. Sick. Another group. Oh, I tried to put the other group on. Oh well. Yeah, I guess we're gonna take the custom-made Robe of Crown. We'll go ahead and... Oh, I didn't mean to skip all that. Oh. Really? Nope. We're gonna change our gear. There we go. Alright, everyone. That's all the time I have for this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like down below. If you got something you'd like to share, feel free to leave a comment while you're at it. And if you'd be so kind as to share this video and any others you'd like with your friends, family, anyone who you think would be interested, I would be ever so grateful, because it helps me out a lot. And as always, I am Legion True Hero. This has been Final Fantasy XIV, and I am out. See you guys.